Hello everyone, long time no see. Sorry that I start out my videos every time saying that, I feel like. I disappear for a few months, life gets hectic, but I really wanted to film today because today is August 29th and I went to the SF Pen Show. It was my first time going. As far as I know, I think they do this every year. I don't think it's like a very new thing. But this is my first time going. I wanted to go last year, but I was sick at the time, so I couldn't go. But fortunately, I was able to go this year, and I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. I also went to the Hobonichi preview event, and I will talk about that later. But first, I want to talk about the Pen Show. The Pen Show is a 3-day event that they have in Millbrae. Even though it's the SF Pen Show, they have it in a different city. Understandable. But it's really close to San Francisco. So it's like a 20-minute drive maybe. And so it was my first time going and I really didn't know what to expect. I wanted to go at 9 in the morning because I was gonna buy their 3-day pass, which is I think like $60. So you buy a pass and you can go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But time got ahead of me. I didn't make it in time. So instead what I did was I went around the time that my appointment was for the Hobonichi preview. A few weeks ago, like I think maybe like a month ago even, JetPens announced that they were gonna host their own Hobonichi preview, which is pretty cool. I think this is like the second time they've done it. I'm not too sure about it, but this is the first time I've been able to go. And it was really cool. I got to see the lineup that JetPens, that JetPens will be carrying. But I'll talk about that more later. Anyway, so I went to the pen show around the time of my appointment, which is like around 2-ish. And it was pretty easy to get there, not a lot of traffic or anything, and I found parking rather quickly. So when you go inside, they had like 2 tables right at the front. They had one table for PayPal and Zelle payments for the tickets and another table for cash. If you plan to go, which hopefully I have this video up by Saturday or Sunday, the 30th and the 31st, which is when the pen show is still open. I highly recommend bringing cash because you'll get cheaper rates if you pay with cash than if you were to pay with PayPal and Zelle. So if you plan to, buy a few things, maybe bring like 100, 150, 200, depending on how much you want to spend in cash, and then maybe pay with card for like anything else if you really need to. But I brought cash and my ticket for just Friday was $25, but for Saturday and Sunday it is $10. I was planning to come early at 9 in the morning and buy a 3-day pass, but time got away from me, and so I ended up going later. The 3-day pass is $60 cash. I'm not sure if they sell it without PayPal or Zelle, or I mean like with PayPal and Zelle, because I think on the website it said that you had to pay in cash. But anyway, you can also buy a 3-day pass. And with the 3-day pass, you can come in a lot earlier than when the show opens up to the general public. So today on Friday, it opened at 1 p.m. for the general public. But if you were a 3-day ticket pass holder, you were able to come in at 9 in the morning. And on the weekend, it opens at 10 in the morning for the general public. But if you come in, if you buy the pass, I think you could come in at 8 in the morning. So you get an extra 2 hours. I'm already planning what to do for next year from this experience. So I think I will do a 3-day pass just so I can get that extra time to come in because there's a lot. It is at the Westin Hotel in Millbrae. And it was a pretty big, it was a big space, but it was very overwhelming, obviously, because there's a lot of people. I knew it was going to be packed, obviously. It's a pen show. It's an international pen show. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's one of the big ones. So it's very popular. So a lot of people come in, they stay at the hotel, or people from, around the area come in, whatever. So there was a lot of people. And I think there's probably going to be a lot more people during the weekend, but I don't plan on going on the weekend. I get too overwhelmed. I got really overwhelmed today, but it wasn't too bad. So I'm going to show you a few of the things that I bought. The SF Pen Show, like in the name, is mainly about fountain pens, and there were so many vendors. It was amazing. I got to see some really expensive pens, really really beautiful ones that I like have only seen on like websites, and not I've never had the opportunity to see in person. So it was really cool to be able to go and see those. I had made a wish list prior to the event of things that I just wanted to get in general. One of them being a pen. And it's not an expensive pen, but it's not the cheapest either. But I'll show that later. Another thing, because I follow the pen show on Instagram, they were reposting a bunch of sellers that were going to be there, a bunch of vendors and like stuff they were going to have. And this vendor had this bag. It's so cute. It's amazing. It is an exclusive limited edition for the show. And I just couldn't resist. I wasn't really planning to buy a tote bag. I have a lot of tote bags for the most part. I have gotten rid of a few because of moving and stuff. But I really wanted something to commemorate the show specifically. And I just happened upon the vendor because I saw this on Instagram. They made a post on Instagram and I saw it and I thought, wow, that's really cute. Like I really want that. But I wasn't really planning to get it. But then I came across them as I was walking around, and it is amazing. It is so cute. This is adorable. Yeah, so I bought this. This is actually from Fogcats and Yanchaco. I've never heard of them. I guess they're a store. They're on Post Street in San Francisco. I've never heard of them. So now I know where to go next time because this is a very cute card, and I'm so happy I was able to get this. They had a lot of cute items. They had stickers and like other stationery things. But yeah, I got this and it was very cute. Very happy. It's a really big bag too. It's pretty long. But yeah, this is a good thing to have. It's a nice heavy canvas. So, but the first thing I got, that was actually I think the last thing I bought at the event. Actually no, it wasn't. I think I got some stickers, but this is the first thing I bought. I bought a pen. It is from Monteverde. And it is the Ritma. I have been wanting to see this pen for a very long time. I actually wanted a different color. I wanted to get the Orchid limited edition that they have because I saw it on JetPens when they were carrying it, and I was so tempted to get it, but I looked it up on different websites and the color looks different every time. So I was like, you know what? This pen show is going to happen soon. I'm going to wait and I want to see it in person. In person, the color was pretty okay. It was very purple, which is expected. It's an orchid. So I wasn't really vibing with it too much, but I looked at the other colors that they had, and I really like this one. It's supposed to be silver. And what's really cool about this pen is that it is magnetic. So it's pretty heavy. It feels really nice. But it's just like it just clicks into place. It's so nice. I really like this color. This is the silver color. It's not too silver for me. I kind of wished at first that they had a pen that was all this color, but the more I think about it, the more I don't want that because this actually smudges with your fingerprints a lot. And when I was first testing the pens, I felt really bad because my hands were super clammy. I was sweating. It was really hot in there, and there were so many people. I get like, whenever I get overwhelmed, I get kind of like sweaty, TMI. But yeah, I was just like, oh my god, I'm like getting all my hand oils all over the pen. So I think it wouldn't be ideal for this pen to be this material all the way through. But I'm really happy with this, that I got this. This is the only pen I bought. I gave myself a very strict budget of like $200 to spend at the show, and this was like 45. So it's an extra fine, which it writes a little bit broad, so it kind of writes like a fine, which I don't mind. But yeah, it's very pretty. I'm really happy to have this and like to take it out and stuff, because it's so nice and heavy. I should have asked what kind of converter it takes, but I think it's a short. I don't think this is a standard one, or it might be. I don't know. I'll just have to look it up online, which is fine. It's no big deal. But this was one of the pens. This was the pen that I wanted. I didn't really want anything else because I knew that they were just gonna have, well, I did want one pen. I wanted the Pilot Starry Moon, like the Kinchi collab that they had. That was limited to like 600 pens in total. But yeah, that was very much out of my price range. It's like $500. So I was like, the pen that I really want to try is this one. And I'm really happy I got to get it. I'm excited to ink it up. I don't know what I'm going to ink it up with yet. Maybe like, I wish I had gray ink. But I could ink it up with anything. It's fine. I'll probably ink it up with like I have Celadon Cat. But yeah, this is what I got. Next, I got ink. The one ink I got. I wanted to get more, but I was like, I already have like a bunch of ink. I don't really like want anything. But on my list, I really wanted Waringal ink, and I got it. I got Peter Pan. This is, I wanted this one, and also The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember. I never read the book. I never read that book when I was in high school. But yeah, I wanted that one, and I wanted this one, and I didn't see the other one, but I saw this one, and so I grabbed it. And this is the Peter Pan ink. They had a giant book of swatches. I don't know who was selling this, if I'm being honest. I think it was Van Ness, but I'm not sure. But this is kind of what it looks like. I don't know if it's gonna like, let me see. This is just a swatch card. Obviously it's just a photo. It's obviously gonna look different in person, but from the swatch book that I saw, it looked really cool. And then it has this like, I forgot what this is called, where it shifts depending on the angle that you hold it at. Anyway, very cool. I had been wanting this for a while, so I'm really glad I got to get it. I'm gonna put this back. Sometimes vendors will have cheaper rates than what you would buy in store at shows like this. I didn't really get a discount on a lot of stuff. Like this is like the regular price. This was $25. And I'm pretty sure everywhere that I've seen it, they sell it at this price. But the good thing about this is that, you know, I obviously got to get it in person, because usually when I shop online, I'll just add a bunch of stuff to my cart and then, you know, just buy it. But at least here, I really got to like take my time and like see it in person, see it in different lighting, and you know, that's like the most important part for me, is being able to see it in person. That way I don't like in this case, didn't buy a purple pen instead of this silver that I really like. Okay. The next thing I got was, I was walking around just looking at a bunch of vendors and stuff. There was a lot of wooden pens, which I've never really, I mean, I've seen wooden pens before, but I've never seen like to this extent. It was kind of, I wouldn't say weird, but it was just like, oh, I didn't expect it. Because you do see a bunch of the fancier ones, like, you know, you see like a really expensive like $1,000 pens all around, everything over 500 and stuff. But yeah, as I was walking around, I really wanted to go look at more people that were selling stationery. There were a few, And so I ran into Rotora? I forgot. I've seen their YouTube before, and I've seen some of their videos decorating. I think Rotora. I think she had like a week's and like a regular Hobonichi planner, and so she decorated it with her own stickers. And so when I saw her there, I was like, hey, you're from YouTube. And she's like, yeah, this is my first show. And it was really cool because it was my first show too, and I always loved her stickers, but I don't know why I never bought any. So it was nice being able to buy some from her in person. So I bought like a few stickers. I bought 5. I guess I should have grabbed another one. No, it's okay. Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because she had like a little deal saying like if you buy, I think like 5 of them, you get one for like, I don't remember what the deal was. But anyway, I bought these stickers from her and they're so cute. They're all animals. Like, these look like vegetables, like from far away. If you weren't paying attention, you're like, oh, those are vegetables. They're all like dogs. They're veggie dogs. They're so cute. I really love this. It's such cute like imagery. It's just so goofy. And then I also got these. They are, put it against here. They're also like dogs and stuff and little animals, but they're very tiny. They're so cute. I love them. Very cute. I also got these Smiskies ones. They're just called little guys. But I actually don't buy Smiskies. Like, I don't really care for them. I don't buy a lot of blind boxes in general. But these, I don't know. I just really like them. I think they're so cute. This guy with a sweater hula hooping. These are really cute. And then I got these Sunny Angels. They're just called Angels. They're so cute. I do like Sunny Angels. I think they're very cute. I think I like just cupies in general. The starfish. I have one Sunny Angel and it is a snake. So it kind of looks like it just looks like if it was brown, it would look like a piece of poop on its head. Like, it's just goofy. And it's the only one I've ever bought because I got so turned off from them, from getting that snake, because I really wanted like a dog one or something, but that's what blind boxes are. You don't always get what you want. But yeah, these are really cute. And then I got this one is fast food. So cute. Or junk food. It's called junk food. I really love the hot dog. It has like a little butthole. It's so cute. It kind of reminds me of Pom Pom Pudding from Sanrio. The pizza, the pepperonis. I'm gonna try to. The pepperonis are dogs. It's adorable. And then that's it. That's all I got from her. And after you spend a certain amount, she had like a little raffle thing going on where she had one of those like little, I don't know what they're called, but they use them in like bingo, where it's just like it's like a wheel that has a bunch of balls inside, and you spin it and then one pops out, and that's, you get your prize. So I got like a free commemorative sticker for the pen show, and it's actually really cute. It has a little seal and the dog, a pen obviously, and then the Golden Gate. It's very cute. I'm happy I got this. I didn't even notice that, but she told me, she was like, oh, you're like $3 off from getting the raffle. And I was like, oh, okay, then I'll just get, you don't gotta, still gonna break my arm about it. I'll get another sticker. No, she was actually very nice. She was like, it's no pressure, but you are like $3 off if you want to like try for the raffle. And I was like, you got me. I guess I'll just get another sticker. So yeah, this is what I got from Rotora. Very cute. I do plan to buy from her website now. The next thing I got was, I was just walking around. I don't know who this is, unfortunately. I should have grabbed like a lot more business cards from vendors, and I really regret that I didn't, because I don't know who this is. I think they're just like a random stationery store, because they were selling like a bunch of different brands that I've seen before that are sold, like Korean brands like Peon and Miss Hoeg and like stuff like that. So they were selling a bunch of pet tape and stickers and all this stuff. So I bought this. It's so cute. It's just a bunch of cats. This stuff always gets me because when it looks like textured, like this looks like all color pencils. It's so cute. I think it's 2 sheets and they're like transfer stickers. So you cut it out and then you just rub on it with like a piece of, with anything. You could just like, I used to have like a popsicle stick. Like that was pretty good, or like you could use anything, but you just rub it on and it's supposed to stick onto the paper. So I bought this. It's very cute. I really like it. And that's all I got from that store. I did see, I think I was looking at Tono and Limbs. I'm not sure. But they had this ink that I was really tempted to get. It looked like a jam jar. I'm gonna try to insert a photo that I took when I was there. But it was really cute. I really wanted to get it, but I was like, I don't have that much money left. Like I really wanted to spend like the little bit of cash that I had. And because it had shimmer in it, I was like, I have enough inks with shimmer. It's fine. Just because it looks like a jam jar and it's adorable. No. I will not get it. And so I didn't get it, but I did get an ink muddler from them. It's just like a glass one, and it was like $10. So I've been wanting something like this for a while, but now I'm like scared to break it. So this is going to be useful for swatching and also mixing any shimmers that I have. So it'll live here forever, and I'll just have to be really careful about it, and hopefully I don't break it, because it's kind of hard to find like an ink muddler in person, obviously, but then even online it's kind of hard to find. So I'm really happy I got this. It'll be good for swatching too. And I also collected a few stamps while I was there. So I brought my traveler's notebook with me because I didn't want to bring my Hobonichi because it's in right now. I changed my cover to this one. It is my Dorami cover from like 2021, and it is, I don't put a cover on it because it's one of those covers where they don't recommend to put that on it because this will like peel off onto the plastic cover on cover. So I really didn't want to take it with me. I just didn't want to risk it. But I did bring this, and I got a few stamps. So let me take out this. This is my swatch book. I did swatches of different inks that I've purchased recently. I hope this looks okay. It's getting kind of dark. Here's some inks that I have. So these are the stamps. I got these at a bunch of different stationery places. This one's called Enigma Stationery. That's good to know. They had a bunch of cute Monchichi stuff that I should have gone back to go get, but it's okay. I just really wanted the stamp. And then this one too, so cute. Dinosaur. Or like a Godzilla-esque creature. This one too, and this one. Very cute. I love it when like these places like make their own stamps for events and stuff. It's just so fun. Very cute. So that's my little haul. However, one other thing. As I said earlier, I was able to go to the Hobonichi preview that JetPens was hosting. And I am, first off, I was hoping to go there so I could be less indecisive about what I wanted, as everyone has talked about relentlessly, at least every American has. Because of the tariff situation, there are certain restrictions for us right now when it comes to ordering a Hobonichi this year. If you order it from any US retailer, they will sell you the book with the cover only. So you cannot buy a cover without a book. You have to buy it in combination with a book, and you do not get to choose the book. Right now, they are only selling it in English. And that's it, at least in American retailers. I don't have that much of a problem with that because when I first got into Hobonichi, it was with this cover and it came with the book. Like I bought it from JetPens and they only sold it with a book, and it was I think like a spring start because this was like a spring release cover, and I was fine with it. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna try it out because I've known about Hobonichi for years, but I've like kind of forgot about it, and I assumed when I was younger, like, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to buy this. It's from Japan. It's probably gonna cost me forever, like a lot of money to ship. No, it didn't. I was so naive. But yeah, this was my first Hobonichi, and I bought it with this cover, so I'm used to them selling it together. However, I do plan to buy from the website this year. I know. I really want the exclusives that they have. They have Junji Ito and Moomin as their Japan exclusives. That means that US retailers will not be selling them, which is fine. I understand why they would have certain restrictions based off of copyright and stuff like that, right? Based off of licensing. So I'm okay with maybe paying a little extra to get them. So I do plan to buy the weeks, the Junji Ito weeks, and maybe the Moomin cover. I'm not sure yet, to be honest, because when I went to the preview, they only carried the things that JetPens, I guess, was going to carry. So it was just like all the different weeks, the books, the covers, and then just certain collections, right? They don't have all of the new drawer pouches that they're releasing, like those plastic ones. I don't think JetPens is going to carry. They're only going to carry 2 Stoppos as far as I know, which is the Tamagotchi and the horse one. They're also going to only have 1 drawer pouch for the Yumi Kirigishi line, and it's just going to be the small one, the pencil one. But they won't have the other sizes that are from that same collection, because I think the Yumi Kirigishi is also going to be in the pocket, the ane, and also the large, other than like the regular small one. I didn't film there because I was really nervous. I was really shy. I didn't want to film, but I will give, I guess, some thoughts. So I did test out the paper. I tested it out with 2 different inks. I tested it out with the Atramentus ink and also with my Nagasawa Kobe Hime Ajisai. I had it in a pen. And so I tested out, let me just leave this open so you guys have something to look at. I did test it out on that ink, and it was fine. I did have bleed through with this pen though. Let me explain. So I wrote it out just regular. I have it right now in my Kaweko. Let me get it. I only brought a few things with me to the pen show, or like a few pens, and then 1 notebook. But I brought it in my yearly go case. And so I tested out this one, which is my Kaweko Hello Kitty collab. And it is a fine nib. So it has Hime Ajisai in it. And when I was writing, it was fine. It didn't bleed through in the weeks that I was testing it in, but it did bleed through when I drew a little circle. And I really wanted to make sure that if you put too much pigment on the page, if it'll bleed through or not. And it did, unfortunately. But it wasn't too bad. If I'm going to be honest, I think testing the paper is fine. You know, it makes sense why people are so apprehensive because of all the chaos last year. They switched to the new paper officially. The new paper wasn't that great. It needed a lot of work done, and Hobonichi honestly did not. I don't want to say that they didn't respond well, because that's not true, but I do think that they just didn't respond in the way that a bunch of Western people wanted them to respond, which is fine. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. I'm still using my books. Like, I didn't have too much trouble with the paper. I did have a little bit of problem with these markers, which I wish I brought one to go test it out, but yeah, I really didn't experience too much issues with my paper. However, I do think that testing is not necessarily pointless, but I think people have to realize just because the paper is good in the testers that they sent out does not mean that whatever book you receive will be the same, because that is what happens with notebooks when you're, producing a large amount of something. There's going to be a little bit of inconsistency between batches. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. And so if you get a bad batch, I don't think you should just be so negative towards the company, I guess, because I last year, I think I talked about it during my haul video from last year, but last year a lot of people got really vicious in the comments because of the website going down, which I understand the frustration, but to be so aggressive towards a company is kind of crazy to me, because it's not that they took your money and that it just, didn't, and then they canceled your order or something, or like anything in that regard. Honestly, you didn't even get to place an order. That was it. Like, you just didn't get to place it, and then they told everyone to wait because they were having problems, and it was a weekend too, so it's not like they had like a full force working. I remember that they were posting like they were only going to have like a few people working that day just to oversee everything, but because everything went down and they were getting attacked by bots buying everything, it was causing all these problems and everything going out of stock. But you wait a couple hours, everything came back in stock, or you can wait until the next day and everything was back in stock. I think that's what a lot of people were saying. I just waited those few hours and I eventually was able to purchase everything that I wanted. But yeah, everyone got really aggressive. It was so crazy to see, because I never expected this from this community, from at least stationery community or the Hobonichi community in general. Like, I didn't expect that much negativity for something like this. I expected a little bit more, like being like, oh, okay, we'll just, we'll come back when it's over. But no, everyone was so like, they were very, very negative and very vicious. Again, I understand the frustration. I got frustrated too, but I didn't feel the need to attack them through their Instagram account. So, with that in mind, I really hope that when people get these books, whether you buy them from Japan or if you buy them from here, yes, they are expensive, but I think at this point, it really depends. Are you willing to spend this much on a book and not be sure about it? Because I think it all comes down to the individual in the end, right? Are you willing to pay this money and take this risk on the book? Because you could still get a pretty wonky batch. Like I said, when I tested out this pen and I did that circle, it did bleed through a little bit. I could see it through the page. It wasn't horrible, but it did bleed through a little bit. So are you willing to take that risk this year, or will you go with something else? Just keep that in mind when you're ordering, I guess. You don't want you don't want this to be stressful for you, right? You don't want this situation to be stressful. So I tested out also the Tremendous ink. I tried testing out with this pen, but this Kaweco kind of sucks. I bought it from, it's the Gallon Leather collab, but I didn't get a regular nib. I got a Fude italic nib, and it like does not work. It really like, it does not take the ink very well. And yeah, I was trying to like if I write like this, it doesn't really flow. It barely flows like this, and it was full of ink, and I haven't used that much of it because it has so many like, it just doesn't work. So I think I'm just gonna get a new nib and replace this one, because I don't, to be honest, I don't really like it. It's a little too broad for me anyway. I would like to get a fine nib or an extra fine and replace it. But yeah, that was something I actually wanted to buy at the show, but I didn't see Coleco at all when I was walking around. But to be honest, I got really overwhelmed and I couldn't look at everything, so I probably missed them or missed anyone that was carrying them. But yeah, I do plan to buy a nib, and I also want to buy little their little hooks, or the pen clasp. So as I was walking around the Hobonichi preview, everything looks so nice. It was so hard to pick and choose like what I really wanted, because I even looked at things that I didn't really care about, and I was like, oh, this is nice. But it was really cool being able to see everything in person before making a purchase. I really liked the plaid fabric cover that they have. It was interesting. I wasn't too keen on it because, I mean, the colors are nice and everything, and it's very autumn. It's very like, very much like a fall girl vibe, if that makes sense. And so I was tempted to get that one, but I was like, no, I really want to get like either the Yumi Kitagishi or like the Moomin. Like, I don't want to get like too many covers or anything and then have so many books, because we're, you have to buy them in combination with the book. So I wasn't planning to get it, and I'm still not planning to get it, but it was really nice to be able to touch the material of everything. I also got to see the Candy Stripper brand. That was interesting. The only reason I even wanted to see that one was because they have Shih Tzus all over it, and my dog is a Shih Tzu. I have a photo of him right here. So when I went there, I looked at it and I was like, it's so cute, because on the inside it has like a picture of a Shih Tzu. And I think one of the employees from Hobonichi, she came up to me. She's like, oh, you really like that one? That was cute. And I was like, yes, I love this one. I have a Shih Tzu. And I showed her. She was like, oh, yeah, no wonder you like went to it. And I was like, yeah, it was really cute. So that was really nice to see. It's a very shiny plastic material. If that's not your vibe, I don't recommend getting it, because it is very like latexy almost. It's not latex, but it's very shiny plastic, and very reflective, and like, I don't even know if you can put a cover on it, if I'm being honest. And also, those materials kind of worry me. Anything having to do with like a fake leather, or like even like a plasticky looking thing, I'm worried about how long it'll last, because usually with those start peeling somewhat quickly. Like, they're not gonna last you like 10 years. I think it'll last maybe half of that, maybe less, especially in the corners. Like, anywhere here, I think it'll start peeling really bad. So I'm not really tempted to get any plastic cover. However, I really want the Junji Ito A5. It's so pretty. I love Junji Ito. I haven't read a whole bunch of his manga, but I do have one like collection. I have the Shiver book, and it does have a Tomie story in it. Let me pull it up. I have this one, and I know this is scary, so I'll cover up like some of it, but it has a story of Tomie in it. And think this is like the first one I've ever had of like Tomie. Oh, I mean, it is the only one. I don't have that many Junji Ito books. This is all I have. But his art is just so visceral and scary, and it's just cool. Honestly, it just looks very cool. I really like it. I'm trying to flip through and show what Tomie story it has. Oh my god, it has. I found it. It's called. I have this one, which I want to flip to the title card, but it actually has like a really scary image on it. So I don't know if like, I don't want to creep anyone out. But it's called. It's called, I'm trying to cover it up with my hand. It's called Painter. So yeah, it's about Tomie wanting to record her beautiful form. But for some reason, she is shown as a horrible monster in photos. So yeah, when I saw the preview for Junji Ito, I was shocked. I never expected them to do something like that. I feel like Hobonichi usually does cutesy things. I mean, they did a Sesame Street collab. They did one for, I think, they've done some for like Disney in the past. And I'm not just talking about the Aristocats. They also did other ones. They do usually very cutesy things. And Junji Ito is not cutesy. His art is not cutesy. So I was very surprised that they did one, but I'm not surprised that it's Tomie because she is very beautiful. Her whole thing is that she has this very alluring presence and beauty, and it drives people crazy. And it's kind of like Dorian Gray-esque, where the painting is the monster and stuff. But yeah, I became obsessed when I saw that. I really wanted it. I really want at least the weeks. I'm still debating if I want the A5. I don't plan to use an A5 next year. If anything, I have other A5 notebooks that I want to use, but I wasn't planning to get a Hobonichi A5. So I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Because those two covers for the A6 and the A5 are a fake leather material, and I don't think it's gonna last. The only thing I have that's like a fake leather from Hobonichi is the Only Is Not Lonely cover from last year. It's the brown one, and it's for an A5, and that one's fine, but I haven't had it long enough to really tell if it's like gonna deteriorate. All my other covers are either this is like a fabric almost, or they're like the regular like nylon-y ones that they have. So I don't have anything that's like that fake plastic material for a reason, because I do think it might peel, but I'm so tempted to get it. I'm still debating on if I'm gonna get it or not, because if I place an order from Japan, I'm only doing it once. I'm not gonna buy any more than that because of the tariff situation. As far as I know, it's only 15% for now, but who knows? You know, it could change at any moment, unfortunately. So, yeah, they didn't have Moomin or Junji Ito at the preview event because they're only have the things that they're gonna sell in person, which is not everything that Hobonichi released. I saw a bunch of the Tamagotchi stuff, and I'm so tempted to get it too. The Stoppo is very cute. The Stoppo is very cute. I have never had the bow and tie anything like the Weeks or the Hone or anything, and I've never seen it in person. I've never touched it, and I got to touch it, and it's very soft. Like if I wasn't getting the Junji Ito Weeks, I probably would have gotten either the Tamagotchi or like some other bow and tie because it is very soft. It's really nice to look at too in person. But the Tamagotchi stuff I really want as well. I really love the pencil boards. I'm not crazy about the cover, even though it's cute. I really do like the A6 cover, but I just don't wanna get it. I rather get the cover on covers. I think those are a little cuter for both the A5 and the A6, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. While I was looking at everything, I also tried to make sure that I was looking at stuff that, for one, wasn't going to be sold at the US in the US, and two, if it was, I wanted to see where it was made, because some people on Reddit have tested out before the shop closed down how the tariffs would affect them based on their order, and it seemed like if you had anything made in China, the price would go up. So any of the drawer pouches, the price is gonna go up if you order from the US. Because I think they're all made in China. I even looked at the Tamagotchi one and it did say made in China. Some of the stickers are made in China. The Tamagotchi stickers are made in Vietnam, so I wouldn't get those from Japan either. Some of the other small stationery was made in China, and I tried to make sure that I was looking at that if it was there, because not everything at the event had the full packaging. Obviously, it was all, like, for the most part open so that people can touch it, but some of the things were still in their original packaging, and I did take note of what was made in China and what wasn't, if it had that packaging. So anything made in China I will not be buying, because it'll just raise the price. My order from Hobonichi itself, I'm gonna try to be very minimal with it. I just really want my A6, I want a Weeks, and I would like some of the Junji Ito stuff. I want the stamps, I want the clear stamps, and I do want the pencil boards. I don't know how, I don't know. I think the pencil boards are made in Japan as well, because I do have old packaging from old pencil boards, and I checked it and it says made in Japan. I would also like the Moomin stencil, and it does say made in Japan, at least for this one. This one piece one that I still have to unpackage says it's made in Japan. So if you're like me and you want to purchase some of these accessories, it's kind of hard to figure out where they're from, because it doesn't say on the website, at least from what I could see, where it was made. So I would just be cautious on what you're getting. Some of the stickers are okay. The Yumi Kirigishi stickers are okay to buy from Japan if you do plan to order from Japan. They are made in Japan. The pencil boards, I'm assuming, or I mean these like stencils, I'm assuming are all made in Japan, because this one was. I think all of the pencil boards are also made in Japan. I'm not sure. I think so, because I have old ones that are also made in Japan. So yeah, I would just be cautious if you plan to do what I do. Another thing that they had at the event was stamps. Yeah, this one, very cute. I took two. I just took two. It's really cute. I plan to cut one out and like put it in a notebook. They also had this for the app. I haven't actually looked at this. It's a little pamphlet about the app. Life is Memories. As the Hobonichi Techo marks its 25th year, first released in 2001, we've created a digital version of the beloved planner. Packed with fun and convenient features unique to a smartphone app, the Hobonichi Techo app turns the various records stored on your phone into a life book full of daily memories. It's free for anyone to use. Very cute. I'll probably read this because it's getting dark, and just like in case someone can't read it. Turn your phone into a journal just by carrying it with you. All the little things your phone already keeps track of, like where you've been, the photos you've taken, and your schedule, are automatically gathered in the Hobonichi Techo app. And so it'll have photos and videos, a schedule, places visited, sleep duration, travel history, and then the step count and calories burned. The app remembers everything, so you don't have to. Which one will be today's cover? From your collected records, pick one item to clip as today's cover. Choosing just one each day creates a personalized life book you'll enjoy looking back on later. So I guess you just pick a memory, like a photo or something. Or except this little image has like just soccer practice and after party. So it's just like an event. So you could choose an event or like I guess notes that you write or a picture. It also has packed with fun extra features. Also great as a memo pad. Jot it down on the spot. Easily save links to interesting sites to check out later. Let me just... Sorry. It's really dark now. Premium plan exclusive. Print your memories. Print memories from your app in a perfect size to paste into your Hobonichi Techo. Look back with the calendar. Enjoy reviewing your memories in a slideshow featuring one clipped moment per day. Even more fun in year 2 and beyond. Your timeline for today will also show entries from the same date in past years. The more memories you collect, the more fun awaits indeed. And then it has a bunch of stuff in the back too. Okay, so this is what a day might look like. It has the weather, the cover, a reflection, healthcare, which is an automatic display, and the weather is also an automatic display. And then today's path. Your route from morning to night is recorded on a map as a memory. Okay, well that's a little weird. I didn't know that it would record you with GPS. I don't like that. It has sleep, places visited, photos and videos, quick comments, tags, comments from senpai. Your senpai will occasionally leave comments on your regular so fun. Okay, so your senpais are, I guess, these little guys. So they're gonna leave comments on your stuff? You'd also jot down your schedule, notes, daily quotes, and the day and past years. So it says items marked with automatic display will be recorded automatically by enabling settings to link with your device's information. Okay. When you open the app, your senpai is there to greet you. Senpai's lines are created with Hobonichi's original handmade AI, human-powered thought intelligence. They'll leave comments on your entries, cheer you on, and share your thoughts. That said, since it's not true artificial intelligence, expect some wonderfully random and completely unrelated comments from time to time. With their daily chatter, you'll soon find yourself growing attached. Start by choosing your favorite from 3 senpai characters. So you could choose like this dog, the frog, and then like the Lion King. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Actually, I do kind of know how I feel about this. I don't like it. Sorry. I don't want to be negative about this, but this is worrisome to me. The data collecting and then like where is that information going to? Everything's getting hacked nowadays. I just saw a report earlier about Google being hacked because of I forgot what it was. I think it was I forgot what it was, but it like people are getting emails from Gmail saying that there was a data breach. This is not, I don't like this. I don't think everything needs to be an app, if I'm being honest. I think especially with something like this, there's a reason that people choose to use books, and this is an additional help, but I just don't like this. I will not be using the app, unfortunately. I think it would be fun, but this just makes me, I don't like the way that we're going, if we're being honest, with AI and everything. I will not be using this. Cute little book. These characters are cute, but it's not enough to make me want to do anything. Also, there is a subscription to this. If you want to print out photos and they're probably going to update it with even more premiums, you have to pay. I don't know how much it is. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like $10. I'm probably wrong, but yeah, I don't like that. They're like already being like, actually, you have to pay. There's not even free. You just have to start out with paying. So yeah, I will not be doing that. They did give out a book, Hobonichi Techo Beginner's Guide. I have the one from last year too. Does it say who the artist is? It does, right? Hiroko Kubota. I'm not gonna read this. I'm just gonna flip through it and try not to cover it. It's very cute. It just tells you what the books are. And I guess how to use it. And how different people use it. This is really nice. I really like seeing how people use their books. I think I follow this person on Instagram. Oh, that's cute. Like the wrappers. And this one's very pretty too. These like collages. And then the pictures on the weeks. This is the lineup this year. Some of it. And some of the extra stationery that you can get. And then it has a link or QR codes to the website and to the app. And then more videos, I'm assuming. So yeah, this is very cool. Yeah, I was really happy to go. I was really excited to go. They also gave us, oh, did I take it out? JetPens gave us a few goodies. I got a pen. And then you got like, there were like 4 random stickers you can get. I got the frog. I really wanted the dog, but I didn't want to like go back and ask and be like, hey, actually, can I get the dog? But this is still cute anyway. It's nice to have something. And they also gave me a tape. I don't know where that is though. It was like a little tape that JetPens just has. Which was like white and skirt boxes. But anyway, that was my haul. And also my plans for Hobonichi, kind of. I'll see how it goes on release day in a few days. It's almost coming up on August 31st. If you're on the West Coast, everything goes at sale at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're on the East Coast, that would be, 10 p.m. And then wherever you are, you can Google it. I really don't. That's all I know. But yeah, JetPens, they go on sale on the 31st at 7 p.m. Yoseka at like 10 p.m. Other places probably at 7 p.m. as well, or 10 p.m. depending on what time zone you're in. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good experience this year. I hope the books are good. They seem pretty promising, but like I said, if they're not promising, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't send hate to random people, I guess. This is supposed to be a fun hobby and not supposed to be stressful. And yeah, if it's causing you stress, maybe probably shouldn't use them anymore. Honestly, there's a bunch of different brands that I know I've also been curious about that I think I might want to use. This might be my last year using Hobonichi, not because of anything they've done, but just because I'm a little bit inconsistent with my books. And I feel like I shouldn't be spending this much money on something that I'm too inconsistent with. I'd rather buy like a regular notebook that's undated and use that. I would have bought a day free this year, but considering that they're not selling the covers without only the original planner, I'm unable to. I'd have to buy also a day free separately, which I just don't want to do. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited to see everything and to like just shop around, I guess. And yeah, hope this was helpful. Sorry I didn't film anything at the pen show or at the Hobonichi preview, but I was too nervous. I was really shy. Hopefully next year I get to plan a little bit better for the pen show. I do plan to buy a day pass or I mean the 3-day pass so I can go earlier. I don't want to go anymore like during the afternoon when it's super busy. I'd rather just go earlier in the day and take my time and not be too overwhelmed. Hopefully it's not too busy as it is in the afternoon. I know in the weekend it's gonna be really, really busy, so I don't envy those who are going on the weekend, but maybe some people like that. They like it being really packed. And yeah, I'm really excited for the new Hobonichi season, even though I don't plan to use the book until January. But anyway, hopefully I see you not as long of a wait. What? Hopefully it doesn't take that long for me to film another video. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.